Alright, this is an experiment. Whoa.
Don't get too close.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a conversation over here, and you guys are allowed to listen to it if you want to.
Hello, friends, and welcome to episode 64 of From the Van. It's a podcast from my van where I have conversations with people who have relationships with residential vehicles. I'm your host, Marty Benson, and today's episode features Chris and Taylor Allen, also known as the Adventure Allens on Instagram. I met these guys at a Fiesta Island event in San Diego a couple of years ago, and I've been trying to catch up with them, and we've been sort of passing each other in our travels and whatnot over the last couple of years, and then the coronavirus happened, so I was super fortunate to find them at Tiny Fest, California this May, just on their return from Baja. We recorded this live in front of somewhat of an audience, and the amplification was a huge technological nightmare last year. I think it went a little bit better this year. I think everything's pretty intelligible. I had a great conversation with them, and I tried to keep this episode kind of short just because we were in front of an audience and I didn't know how it was going to turn out. Hopefully you'll enjoy this episode, and I look forward to catching up with these guys on the road and recording a more in-depth, longer episode with them somewhere in the future. Please enjoy episode 64 of From the Van, featuring the Adventure Allens.
Chris and Taylor, thank you for being on the podcast.
Thanks for having us.
I appreciate you guys being here. Let's talk about van life.
Yeah, let's talk.
I learned something about you like a couple of minutes ago, actually, that I didn't know before, which is you used to live on a boat.
Oh, yeah.
What's up with that?
We were trying to save money living in San Diego, so Chris bought a boat off of Craigslist.
Okay.
And then we did a live aboard in a marina.
Do you sail?
No, we just kept it there. It was like an RV park for us.
Okay.
But we weren't supposed to be living on it.
Oh.
So that's why we got the van to go other places.
Did you get evicted? You get kicked out? You got caught?
We got warnings, questions.
A lot of questions, and he would just be like, hey, I see you fobbing in every day around 4 a.m. I was a security guard. I get off work late. And then I was like, yeah, I just like to clean it. So I told him for like months, every day that I was cleaning the boat.
That's what I was about to ask. What do they think is happening with these boats? I mean, people are living on all of them, right?
Yeah, people were living on all of them, but they were in the process of getting rid of that. Like, they weren't letting everybody do it anymore.
I see.
And then we just showed up brand new, like new kids on the block, the youngest people on the block,
right?
Like just out here living on it. And they was like, I think a year later after we got the boat, they started to. No, a year and a half later, they did renovations. They kicked everybody out. This was right after we sold the boat. Have fun, dude. Yeah, right after we sold the boat, they were kicking everybody out. And then they were going to allow certain people to come back. They weren't going to allow everybody to come back.
What was the selection process?
We don't know. We sold it before that.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't want to be a part of it.
I'm actually so curious. We're not going to get to your van at all. I'm so curious about this. What is it? Closer to your mouth.
Okay.
What is a van? I mean, what is a boat that you don't need to sail go for?
So it was a yacht, and it originally,
fancy.
but we got it half off because it had a blown engine.
Okay.
So,
but you weren't going to use it for that purpose anyway.
Correct.
Perfect.
Yeah. So we were like, all right, works for us, and we turned it around once in the whole year and a half we had it. Yeah.
Crazy.
That was it, and we turned it back. Somebody was like, "Hey, it'll be warmer if you turn it around." Like
warmer?
Yeah, because the sun raises up, it'll come into the bedroom.
Oh, okay.
Or whatever. He's like, "Oh yeah, you're right." And then we was like, "All right, we'll turn it back around."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. How long were you in San Diego before you decided to go on this boat excursion? Standing still boat excursion.
2 years for me, and then Chris was in the Navy. He had just gotten out of the Navy.
Okay.
So he was maybe year 4 almost.
Yeah.
We were like, we love San Diego. Why leave?
Yeah. How long have you guys been married?
It'll be 4 years at the end of this year.
Okay.
And we've been together for 5.
Yeah. Give it up. Give it up for successful relationships. We love them.
Hashtag Tinder.
No shit, really?
Yeah.
We met on Tinder.
Hell yeah. Okay, so you turn the boat around once, and then you sell it. And then are you straight into the van from there, or okay? How's that happen?
We sold it while we were out on a trip
Okay.
in the van.
In the van, you had the van before you got rid of the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Correct, yeah.
And we were just out with Puppy Chief, and he called us and he was like, the boat has been sold, and we were like, okay, guess we gotta head back to get the check.
Oh, nice.
And we were like, oh.
Did you still have stuff in the boat?
No.
Okay.
We had moved out, but we hadn't said to each other, okay, we're about to live full time in the van. We sold the boat one day and we were like, okay,
This is where we are now.
this is it. We thought about it, but it happened quicker than what we expected.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, okay.
Was that disruptive at all, or you just sort of rolled with it?
We just sort of rolled with it. We had been doing longer stints in the van than the boat.
Okay.
So we were like,
Kind of already acclimated to the whole situation. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about your van. What's going on in there?
Hey guys, how are you?
You have 2 dogs and a bunch of like recreational gear on top of it, right?
Yeah. All the outside stuff is outside. That's what we like to say.
Oh, okay.
All of our outdoor equipment, whether it's workout equipment, dog food. Usually we feed the dogs outside.
Uh-huh.
All of our camping gear, all of that's outside. Up top, we're in the cargo carrier in the back. Bikes are in the front.
Yeah.
And then, so inside, open concept. You have the bed right there in front of the slider door, and then it turns into a couch.
Okay.
And then in the back side is where you have the kitchen. Our fridge is chest out, but it doubles as a countertop.
Okay.
So then we're able to like prepare our food over there. And
Your
it's,
kitchen
like,
is in the back of your van.
Yeah, by the back door.
That's unusual.
Oh yeah. We like it that way.
we did it that way because there's a wall there. The couch used to be there, but we didn't want to just look at the wall.
Okay.
And the kitchen being in the back, it makes loading groceries easier and water.
There you go.
So
I do the same thing. Like when I go to the grocery store, I pop my back doors open, and my bed's back there, so I throw my groceries onto the bed. That makes tons of sense. I should have done it the other way, you guys.
and we can walk out of the back door, the side door, and the front door in our layout.
Oh, you've got tons of. But does the couch, the bed has to be in couch mode to do that?
Just crawl.
Wait, crawl. Okay.
But it makes it easier for the dogs because we have 2 large dogs. I guess.
Yeah. So you guys, how long have you been in the van?
So we've had it it'll be 4 years in September.
Okay. When did you sell the boat?
2018.
Okay.
We've been like at least part-time since then, and we've taken a few breaks to work, COVID. And but we've been full-time on and off for like almost 4 years
Nice.
in the same van.
Yeah. Are you getting tired of it?
We want to go bigger.
You want to get a bigger van.
We want a bus.
Oh, okay. But you don't have any desire, like you're not over the mobile lifestyle. Okay.
No.
You just want to get into a bus so that you
Just
got a little bit
bigger.
more space.
Be more comfortable, yeah.
Okay.
Because we travel a lot slower, and it'll be easier to just park on some land one day.
Yeah. I love that. I did a really fast trip a couple years ago, and then last year I did a trip where I traveled like 30 miles a day, and it felt way better.
Yeah.
You guys just got back from Baja, right?
Yes.
How long were you down there?
8 weeks.
All right.
It was pretty awesome. We drove all the way down to Todos Santos this time.
How far is that?
We're like 18 hours from here. It's 18 hours
Holy crap.
south, yeah.
Yeah, that's way far. That's a big wave spot, but I didn't know where it was geographically.
Yeah, it's
45 minutes.
45 minutes north of Cabo. Yeah.
Oh, it's way down there. Yeah, 18 hours is a lot. What were you doing down there?
Mostly just boondocking. I'm in school full time, so getting schoolwork done, and then Chris works online as well.
What are you going to school for?
Human development.
Okay. And let's talk exercising. Let's talk working out. Muscles on the Move. What's that about?
Muscles on the Move is an online fitness training program dedicated to tiny home dwellers.
Yeah.
Help them stay in shape. Accountability system. We're all ran on the app. We got food recommendations. for your whole weekly layout, including ingredients on how to cook and prepare the food. Whether you're trying to gain mass, tone up, maintenance, performance, functionality, I'm your guy. 12 years of experience having to stay fitness ready because I was a first responder, whether I was a lifeguard, security guard, rescue swimmer, firefighter, EMT, all that kind of jazz, and youth development, after school coach, swim instructor. So yeah, I've always had a background in fitness, even with like trying to stay fit while traveling, whether I was in the Navy or at a fire station.
How long were you in the Navy?
I was in the Navy for about 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what'd you do before that?
I was a firefighter, EMT.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's heavy. And so you got not only,
and I was a personal trainer while I was in the Navy.
Okay.
While I was in the fire department. Yeah.
but I didn't realize there's nutritional like advice on this thing too.
Oh yeah, abs are made in the kitchen. Abs are made in the kitchen.
I hear I've just turned 40, and I've never thought about my weight before. But my metabolism has changed recently, and I'm starting to need to be cognizant of this stuff. And that's the thing that everybody says, right? Is that like diet has as much to do with it as what you're doing.
Yeah, diet and exercise. Well, like, food and exercise, food and movement is nutrition. It's medicine.
Yeah.
Super helpful.
So what did you sort of have to cater to the process of fitness in a tiny living situation? Like, that's sort of your niche, right?
Yeah. So it's basically the kind of equipment to use. What would be best for anybody that was like, hey, I just want to get started on this fitness journey. And we tried out resistance bands for over a year. We tried out these fabric resistance bands that we now set up an affiliate program with, because we truly believe in these bands. And I look good, so and I feel strong. I've been training with this product for a while, so I fully stand behind it. And we believe that if you use these resistance bands and some calisthenic-based exercises that I create through my programs, and you'll be able to accomplish whatever goals you're trying to do. You want to get a bigger booty, bigger full body functionality. You just want to develop more core strength. Yeah.
I would definitely like a bigger booty.
Big booty lifestyle. 8 weeks. 8-week program. Check it out.
So is there any other equipment, or can you do it just with these bands?
It's just with these bands, resistance bands and then booty bands. Mm-hmm. So you can strengthen all these. It's very important, being in the lifestyle that we're in, to train your lower back, to train your lower body, lower back, and core.
Why is that specifically for this lifestyle?
You're always in a sitting position, whether you're like traveling, whether you're taking a break from driving,
or podcasting.
Yeah, podcasting. Yeah, it's actually not healthy to sit longer than 2 hours without moving around for at least 15 minutes. So it's very good to just stretch out that lower back, because you're actually bending your whole body in half when you sit.
Yeah. Well, let's go back a little bit. You guys are from Georgia? Is that correct? Are you both from Georgia?
No, she's from Alabama.
Okay.
And I'm from Georgia.
Yeah. And I always ask this. This is my favorite question to ask everybody. Is it like, you've been living in full time in a van. Before that, you were in a boat. What does your inner circle feel about that? Your friends and family and stuff? Have you alienated yourself? Did they think you're doing the right thing?
Yeah. So when it first happened, it was a whole homeless kind of vibe that they were getting. But then because of technology and social media and FaceTime, and we were able to FaceTime some of our close friends, and they were able to see it, and sometimes they would come see it in person. It was like, oh, this is big. We had a king size bed on the boat. It was 32 feet long.
Okay.
So it wasn't super small. We said it was a boat, but technically it was a yacht.
Yacht.
And so with the whole picture with Taylor, I was like, yeah, you have your own room. She was like, okay, cool, sign me up. So with that was cool. And then as time progressed, they knew we were more serious about it, and that it wasn't just a phase, part of life. And now like they're like, oh, you guys gonna get a bus next, or they'll like send us a profile of somebody, be like, oh, like, hey, you know this person, and we're like, oh yeah, like we're about to meet up with them today or something. Yeah,
Cool. They're sort of, you've won them over by
Yeah.
thriving, right? I mean,
Yeah,
you,
by
could you could
thriving.
be in school in Mexico,
Yeah.
right?
yeah. And then like when the pandemic first started with the uncertainty, one of my friends, he texted me, he was like, yo, you've been prepared for this your whole life. Like,
Just sort of like, we're like not paranoid doomsday preppers, right? We
Yeah.
we did it for different reasons.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, when you get the bus, what's next? What are you going to add in there that you don't have in your van? What is your van not providing for you that makes you want to get a bigger vehicle?
More space, to be honest, because we have 60 square feet of space, and like, and we don't care about stealth, so we're like, let's just live in a bus.
Yeah.
With like a sick roof rack and like tons of solar, roof deck, like a table on the outside. The stealth doesn't matter anymore. And
Yeah.
200 square feet of like living space on the road.
That's a fucking mansion, dude.
I was like, that's a mansion.
Yeah.
And I don't know. And my mom wants to come visit. She wants to travel with us on the road, so we want
No
guest
way.
space.
You
Yes.
did win her over. She's like, I want to participate. That's
I,
awesome.
I sent her pictures, and she's like, "Whoa, it looks like that. You're camping for free? Okay, sign me up." So
Yeah.
Hey.
Hi, Bree. You bring up a really interesting point, because I actually thought about this when you drove up the other day. You have two bicycles on the front of a Sprinter van, and I took a lot of painstaking measures to make my van look stealth, because I like being in cities sometimes, and the idea of just completely letting that go is really, it's kind of sexy. You know what I mean? Like not having to worry about the concept of stealth at all. What do you guys do? Where do you, I mean, you've been in Baja where sort of anything goes, I suppose, but like, what do you do in the States to make that sustainable?
So we would blame Baja for the reason why we were like, stealth doesn't matter. Our roof rack was made, and it was made well, but for a great price, and we can carry everything. So we stay mostly we visit family, and we'll park in the driveway.
Yeah.
And then we also just do free camping on BLM land, Bureau of Land Management. We've gone to really good spots, and we can still fit in national parks. So we drive it pretty much all over.
So what's happening this summer? Where are you headed next?
We're headed to descend on La Sierra, and it's like northern central California.
Yeah.
When is that? I didn't know about that.
It's at the end of this month, May 28th. Yeah,
Maybe I'll see
We'll
you
be hosting
there.
a workout.
we're doing a workout.
Oh, hell yeah.
Muscles on the move. Yeah,
That's great.
Yeah, out here.
Yeah, why aren't you doing that at this event? Where's the...
Different audience.
Okay, I see. Yes.
And then descend on Bend, in Bend, and it's in September.
Yeah.
Labor Day weekend. We'll be there.
So you get to move slow between those two places, because that's probably 6 hours of driving that you have to do in 3-4 months.
A lot of hot springs.
Yeah.
Lot of cliff jumping for this adrenaline junkie.
Yeah.
You know, chilling with the dogs.
Nice. How big is a cliff?
At least 35 feet.
I've been to California.
Okay.
Yeah.
Minimum. What's a big one?
Big ones are like, 80, that's when it gets dangerous, like 80 feet.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna do the small ones.
Yeah, I'm scared thinking about this. 80 feet? What happens when it goes bad?
It's bad. Bad is bad.
Have you gotten a proper injury doing this?
No, I gauge it out. I watch other people go because I'm a little bit heavier. So then, I always swim down to like see how far deep I can go. So I always gauge it. I'm like, all right, I'm not going to jump on this one. I am going to jump on this one. Yeah, you make calls.
Okay. Well, just in terms of like wisdom for living on the road, I think that it's really cool that you guys are like primarily boondocking in BLM land, and down in Mexico and stuff. Is there anything that bothers you about this lifestyle?
Nah, it's nothing that bothers me about it. What I'm growing to like now is the community aspect for the like-minded people to gather, and because it's like YouTube, Instagram, and a blog on steroids, like with just all the niche-specific information that you can gather in one sitting for just all these random beautiful souls to collect and exchange. So it's cool.
I've been really taken by, to that point, I've been really taken by how giving and supportive everybody is in this crowd. You know what I mean? I feel like there's somebody on the internet, you can just reach out to them and they will participate with you. You know?
Yeah. Speaking of community, like our friend Narcy just showed up, and we crossed with him down. Well, we hung out with him down in Baja, Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what's so cool. You can like meet up with people on the road, be like, hey, let's go meet me at this event.
Yeah.
And then they show up and you're like, yes.
Nice. Did you do caravanning while you were down there?
Yeah.
Were you traveling with other people?
We did the beta run for our caravan. It was called the Baja Blast, and it was we crossed first, and we collected like-minded people into a group chat. And if you knew somebody that wanted to go, that really wanted to go, didn't want to go by themselves, strength in numbers, come with us. We went down first. We sent everybody coordinates of where we camped at. We was like, hey, camped here, didn't die, super safe. Yeah,
Food is good here.
Food is good here,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. And then we hung out in one spot for like 3 weeks, waited for everybody to show up.
Nice.
Like 10 rigs from 4 Pro Masters, 2 Sprinter vans, 2 school buses. One school bus that was 35 feet long, another one was 26 feet.
And shout out to the Bacon Rebellion.
Yeah, the Bacon Rebellion.
What is the Bacon Rebellion?
It is Erin and Joe Bacon. She makes pizza over the campfire.
Yeah.
And it is amazing.
Yeah.
Like it was a lot of just having fun around the campfire.
Yeah.
Just discussing future plans like at night. Everybody's schedule pretty much lined up. Me and Narcy would have like breakfast together on his breaks.
Mm-hmm.
I would bring him lunch if I made too much. Like it was always awesome. And then Chris's birthday just happened to fall on the little caravan.
And Antoinette.
And Antoinette's.
Yeah.
We celebrated a few birthdays. Yeah.
Yeah, ask a question.
And so they're really varying in terms of gas prices for and having sufficient fuel.
I'm going to just repeat that question so that it's coming through on the recording. You said, how is it, has it been for you in terms of gas prices?
And availability of fuel.
And availability of fuel. Was that difficult in Mexico?
No, it wasn't.
You're diesel, yeah?
Yes, we
Okay.
are diesel. So the availability wasn't the problem. You just had to plan accordingly. It was like a 6-hour gap, but you fill up right before the gap.
Yeah.
And in terms of prices, gas was pretty expensive in Mexico.
Oh.
But it's the same price as it is here in California.
Yeah.
And food's a lot cheaper, so it balances out. Gas is a lot cheaper on like where I'm from in like Mississippi, Alabama, but that's not where we travel.
Whenever I travel across, because I grew up in South Carolina, whenever I travel across the country, I find myself every quarter tank I refill, because it gets, as you go west, it gets more and more
It gets
expensive.
more
so
and more.
I'm just like, oh, I'm down to 3/4 of a tank. I'm refilling again.
You're like, let me refill before I get to California. Let me refill in Arizona.
Yeah.
And then we use Gas Buddy a lot, the app.
The wind.
It shows you the cheapest gas in the area.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna download that right now.
And you can
Come with
zoom
it, yeah.
in on the like highway that you're traveling and just like plan accordingly.
Cool. Yeah, how I think that's an interesting question. What is the age range of people traveling by van?
I've seen all ages.
Runs the whole gamut, doesn't
Like
it?
I've seen 18 to I don't think it's a limit. It's just about what vehicle suits you best. But I've seen everybody do it.
Yeah.
People sell their homes and they're like, I'm in a van. And my mom wants to retire in 6 years and get like a Winnebago Sprinter.
I was about to say, if I was gonna stereotype or generalize, I would say that generally speaking, older people are in larger vehicles. But I feel like I hung out with a woman yesterday who runs a company in San Diego. She's moving up to Bend soon. I think she's like 21 and she's building out vans professionally. And so it runs the whole gamut, like snowbirds are like sort of the proto van lifers, right? They've been living in RVs
taught us
forever.
their ways.
Yeah. Yes, they're very gas consumptive and inefficient. Sure.
But school buses I feel like it's the cost efficient RV. You can get them built out by somebody. The gas mileage is a little bit better, and it's probably one of the safest vehicles to be on the road in. Yeah.
Because it's so huge.
Because it's huge.
Yeah.
You don't have to have
From the school districts. That's what we hear.
Huh. Okay,
Thank you.
you.
Appreciate it.
before we wrap up, I just have one more question, and that is, do you have... I love the strength in numbers or safety in numbers concept in terms of like traveling to places that may be a little bit less known. Do you have any other wisdom in terms of, I haven't taken my van I've been surfing down in Baja, but that was like in other people's vehicles for a couple of days. I've never taken my van down there. What does somebody need to know to make that work?
Watch YouTube videos for sure, vlogs. Our friends, the Van Kooks, they have an ebook about Baja and the exact coordinates, what you need to know, what you need to bring, what to do before, so you can at least know. Yeah, we went with the Kooks first.
Okay.
Their caravan.
On their caravan. We crashed Kevin's surf trip
This is a previous trip.
in 2019.
Okay.
When we were like, oh, okay, Baja.
And that probably gave you the confidence to do it on your own, and you guys were the leads on the last one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we were alone in Baja for like a few weeks at a time, and we were like, okay, it's safe enough. We can do this. It would be easier with people, but
Right.
it was pretty cool. The dogs enjoyed it. It's very dog friendly too.
Oh, yeah, because there's no rules.
No. They're like, your dog's on a leash? What's wrong with it?
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for doing this. I think we'll call it there if nobody out here has any more questions. Thanks to Tiny Fest for letting us do this, and for Jake Jars for the bog bus and the sound.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate the electrical support.
Yeah, dude. Thank you guys, and do one last plug. Where can we find you on the internet?
You can find us at adventureallens.com. You can also follow us at adventureallens on Instagram. Muscles on the Move for Chris on Instagram, and then YouTube. We're starting to upload vlogs at The Adventure Allens.
Great.
That's about it.
Good deal. Thank you guys for doing this. Appreciate it.
Peace.
All right, guys, we did it. That was episode 64 of From the Van. I really appreciate Chris and Taylor sitting down with me and having a conversation about their experience sort of migrating into van life through a stationary boat. I thought that was hilarious. These guys are super fun to hang out with. I had a really good time just kicking it with them over the weekend after we recorded this, before and after we recorded this podcast. And I look forward to running into them on the road. I highly recommend following both of their accounts on Instagram. That is The Adventure Allens and Muscles on the Move. Chris is a very fit dude, but I think one of the things that, not to put words in his mouth, one of the things that inspires me about him is his persistence. Dude is just doing it all the time, and that's really cool to see. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you're still here, there will be another episode next week. I don't know who it's going to be yet, but I hope you tune in. Thanks for listening to From the Van.